Way to go. Check out the new screwdriver. Oh God. All right, it's a new day. It's been like a week, maybe. So, and I'm still debating on what to do, hardtop or not. But either way, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the pop bumpers, label those, the wires for the light sockets, or whatever they're called. And remove the drop target mechanisms and clean those, and get the slingshots all cleaned up, and just remove all the mechs and clean them up and leave them off the playfield until I'm done deciding what I want to do. I'll get the flippers off too here. So yeah, I'm still on the fence about the hardtop. I just don't know. But I know that I'm going to replace all these little white inserts and these big white inserts. So let's do it. All right, I popped them out. That was really easy. They were pretty loose. The 10 mil socket and the old dinky hammer, they all came right out. So I guess I'm gonna put those in today. So let me get the playfield flat again, and then we'll get those in. And then I'll deal with the, I didn't want to take off these mechs yet or anything and have them dangling, because I don't have like a rotisserie or a box to set the playfield in. So just to keep all my dangly stuff to a minimum, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the playfield inserts first. So let's get her flat. Okay, here's what I'm left with. There's a decent amount of old wax that's gotten in the cracks and stuff. So I'm gonna get just probably, well, I don't know what I'll use, maybe a little wire brush and a vacuum. See what I can just dig out of there. And then we'll go from there. All right, those holes are a little too small for the wire brush. I don't want to take off any more paint than is already gone. So I'm busting out the Harbor Freight, what, $7 Dremel, and we'll get this sucker knocked out. All right. Those seem a lot better. I got there's a little bit right there. I need to get those edges still. But yeah, I was real happy. So I think the epoxy will adhere to that real well. I just realized I thought I ordered the same thing from Pinball Life. So I ordered one. This has a little 7 on it. This is the first one I ordered. And so I realized that worked, so I ordered 6 more, and they have a 2 on them. They're pretty close. I would say if I had to be picky, this one's a little more yellow. Sorry, I got you crooked there for a second. Anyway, I need to sand off all these 2s and polish them. And this tiny little 7. It's right there on the corner. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Okay, I'm just gonna try to dry polish these. We'll see how well it goes. So I got 400, a sheet of 6, 1,000, and 2,000. I might have finer somewhere, but I think after 2,000 I can just hit the hit it with the Novus too and be good with it. All right, so let's try out our first one here. That's what I ended up with. I don't like it. Okay, so this was as shiny as I could get it with 2000 grit. You can kind of see the LED light. But it's not shiny enough for me, so I went to Ace and got a sheet of 2500. So I'm gonna hit it, wet sand it with that, and then polish it, and hopefully that'll be good enough. So I'll show you guys what that looks like here in a second. Boom! I got it shiny. Hang on. Let me where's the... There we go. Nice and shiny. That extra 500 grit, really, that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna do that to all of them real quick. Yay! All right, we finally got them all. Very nice and shiny. So we're gonna get them epoxied in. So let's go. All right, here we go. I think I'm gonna use a Q-tip to spread the epoxy, maybe just the Q-tip minus the Q. Or minus the tip, I mean. Just use the Q. Just kidding. Just this part. We'll see. But I gotta mix this stuff up And then I got 5 minutes to use it, so I'm just gonna mix enough to do, I don't know, 3 or something. So here we go. I went and got more glue and got it done. They are nice and flat and nice and shiny. Oh yeah, feels nice. Okay, so I'm leaning more towards a hard top. I know I've changed my mind a million times, but I just really think now that this is so white, I mean, I can replace, I know doing the flippers, pop bumper bodies, and skirts, and probably new drop targets in white. But then I still have all this yellow. I know a lot of this is hidden under the plastics and whatnot, but God, I just don't know. What do you guys think? The playfield's not that bad. I can get more of the white ones and make all the white the same. The only one I can't get, I think, is this yellow. So, what was that? 1 inch opaque yellow. So it's, if I leave it like this, I need to get the decal set and at least do these down here. But these are sort of cupped. I don't know. If I do a hard top, it doesn't matter if they're cupped as long as they look good, so I can make all these look good. I think I should do the hard top. It'll be so nice if I do. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's how my inserts turned out. I'm very happy. It's my first time doing this, so I'm just pretty stoked. Hope I used enough epoxy. I could go back on the back side and kind of dab some behind if I wanted to, but cool. Let's go. All right, I'm taking the slings apart and gonna put new sleeves on them and clean up the parts and stuff. But I just wanted to take a little video for prudence, showing that big spring goes here, and the keeper goes this way, the coil holder. And yeah, just showing how it looks. All right there, boom, boom. Because the more I keep going, the more I think I'm gonna do the hard top. It's gonna look really nice if I do. So, where's my other sling? Yeah, this guy. So I'm gonna take all this off. I'll tumble what I can, just cause I like tumbling stuff. And yeah, we'll get her back together tomorrow or something. But I need to have these things out of the, anything poking through the playfield I'm gonna take out. Get her ready for the hard top, I think. All right, these are the main parts of the two slings. And I'm gonna pop these links off and then put the clips back on. Or I'll probably just throw it in the hardware bag. And then I'm gonna tumble all this stuff, just dirty as it is. I'll spray some simple green. This is just like my cleaning media right now, pretty much. It's real dirty, but, oh, it's not in there. Hold on. It's in here. Boom. So, we're gonna just tumble it and get it all nice and shiny while I got it off. All right, I've done what I can do today. It's my wife's birthday, so we are going bowling. Down here, except for the nails, the rails and the pop bumpers, drop targets, switch, got to remove the rollovers and the rails and the wood rails. And then I think I'll be ready for the hardtop. Well, replace the inserts, hit them with the sand, everything flat, nice and flat, hit them with the clear, and then I'll be ready for hardtop. So I'll probably have another 4 to 6 hours of work before I can do the hardtop. But yeah, it's coming along. So thanks for watching again, and this probably won't be the end of the episode, but I'll see you guys on the next clip. Okie dokie, we're back with Paragon. Tommy Sylvester Gottlieb Garage. This probably won't be a new episode though, so maybe I won't use that. Anyway, this is going to be a continuation of the insert prep, playfield prep for the hardtop. So, hi. Today I'm going to, wax underneath anyway, hi. Today I'm going to remove the rest of the stuff on the playfield, like the pop bumper bodies and stuff, the rest of the switches, the nails, all the little nails, the wire rails as well. I think I need to take these off, the wood rails, and yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, first off, I couldn't find a yellow insert. This insert, it's unavailable anywhere online, but some dude named Rich Hack, or Hake, H-A-A-K, piped up in the thread, or in the in my forum post about, what was I posting about? Oh yeah, what these nails were for. And I just mentioned I couldn't find one of these, and he was like, I have one, and mailed it to me for free. And I offered to give him money, and he just said it's all good. So I know he spent at least $2.50 of his own money on shipping, plus the price of this in his time, so I really am very thankful. And then right after that, somebody messaged me asking if they could have a couple of my old Paragon inserts to match theirs. They're missing some, so I hooked them up. Same deal, pay it forward, and we out here. So let me get the light sockets unsoldered from here and get the rest of this stuff off. I really think I'm gonna need to build some sort of box or frame to hold this thing. So I think it's gonna be tough to sand this thing down in the game. So I'm gonna do that too today probably. So let's get going. started by taking off the drop targets, and I didn't want to desolder the switches, so I took these 3 switches, well there's 4 on there, 3 for the drop targets and 1 stand up behind them. Not stand up, but a switch that's behind the rubber band behind those drop targets. Anyway, those came off fine, but then these, they're kind of like, the switch is screwed through the switch, bolted through the switch, or screwed, I guess, into this little spring keeper, where's my finger, there it is, plate. So when I take the switch off, this all goes crazy. And I think it just might, I don't know, it might be a pain to put this back in. Maybe not. Maybe I will just remove all 4. I'm debating on whether or not to desolder those switches or remove all 4 of those little brackets. I was able to get it back in fairly easily. I would say it was easier than soldering. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with what I got. I think I'll take those back off and yeah, just leave the bracket in. Who's in the house, kitty? Key. Kitty girl. Kitty girl. You're good. Right, honey? Meow. Honey. Kitty. Check out the new screwdriver. I needed a longer one because I realized you got to go through these 3 holes. Honey, I'm talking to them. Shh. And then through the holes and undo that screw. There's one there and one right there. So I did a little bit of disassembly, but I needed to, yeah, just get that longer screwdriver. Harbor Freight was out of the $2.50 long boys, so I had to buy a set, which was like $9 after the coupon. And I just don't even see how anybody makes money on this. It's crazy. I know they're cheap as crap, like the cheapest screwdriver, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? Buy it, I guess. So yeah, I had, just like the other drop target, I took all 4 of these wood screws loose. 1, 2, 1 behind that coil stop, 3, 4, and then it was still on there. So I don't want to disassemble all this stuff on here. I think it'll like fall apart, sort of like, there's not like a box that all these things are screwed to. These things make the box, these different parts. So I'm gonna bust those 3 off and then we'll get this bad boy out of here. Dude, I meant to measure this and I totally didn't. This thing that I thought was long enough is not long enough. So that was a wasted trip to Harbor Freight. It's like, what? A ½ inch shy. So I'm busting out the my work set. I'm just gonna adapter and extend my way out there with old wobbly. So, lesson learned, take a dang measurement. We've gotten it out, haven't we? Whoop, and crooked. One more time like this. We've gotten it out, haven't we? Pretty cool. I'm gonna clean this up. It's a little gummy. Get all the dookie off of it. And go from there. I'm getting new drop targets probably Tuesday. It's President's Day on Monday, so there will be no delivery. And the mail has already come today, so my Tuesday order will come on Tuesday, I believe. Anyway, let's get this thing clean, or on the bench at least. All right, I got them out. I just put the hardware I took off in the bag, and I'm gonna clean. How am I gonna clean these? I guess I need to take, is that, okay, there's like a metal post that goes through the drop target. Okay. So I will have to take those off if I'm replacing the drop targets. No biggie, but I'm gonna tumble this stuff just because it looks nice. I know there's a little surface rust on some of this. Just one at a time, I'll tumble those and I'll tumble that. All right, let me get to it here. All right, I was about to tumble some parts and I realized just how filthy this thing was. So I removed the basket, hand washed everything just with some soap and water, and got all that crap out. And yeah, I decided it was time to renew the media. Here's before. Wait, I guess before you tumble is this. Nice. What is this? This is 8-inch single mesh strainer medium. No, this is not it. Wrong container. Anyway, before, nice. I think this is like 12 or I don't know what grit it is, but it's walnut shell. And this is after a couple games. Super dusty and pretty dark. I could keep using this, but it just leaves like a super dark powder on all the parts. So it's walnut shell. Seems pretty biodegradable. I'm just gonna toss it out. So yeah, in go the inline 4-drop hardware. I'm gonna throw the sleeve in there too and just see what happens. But yep, good times. A little tip on the tumbler is this gasket kept on like coming off, came unglued like after the first or second use. And so I eventually ended up cutting it. And depending on the temp out here, this gap is bigger or smaller, but not much stuff gets out of that little gap. Maybe a small amount of dust, but yeah, it really helped get it back on when it wasn't all in one piece. So maybe try that. Oh God. I forgot that it goes crazy without the lid. A little observation I had here. I think I have these targets in order. They get their dirtiest here where I think maybe this was just closest to something, but definitely this one got hit the most. And then it looks like I actually have them out of order. That one looks like it might have got a little action. But yeah, I'm getting all new of these. I'm still gonna clean them, hang on to them. But yeah, get some news. do what I did. Even though they're filthy, I should have worn them. Stupid. That thing shot me right in the eye. Like shooting a brad nailer into my eye from a distance. Ugh. God. Freaking bless America, dude. That hurt. I got it out. I got the rails off. I got everything off. Except for the Mylar rings and Mylar protector here. Then once my inserts come in, I'll just reach under and pop all these up. Pop those in, sand her down, put down the hardtop. I'll try to find a blue match for this and repaint these as well. So anyway, very excited. That's definitely the end of this episode, and learn from my freaking mistakes just a little bit ago, and don't do this, do certain things around here or around pinball machines without wearing safety glasses. I got lucky. Earlier, I cut some of that wood without glasses. I was like, I'll be fine. And then I snipped about 6 of these, and I was thinking, this might be stupid. And right then it shot me in the eye. And it felt like a BB gun or something. I don't know. It was nuts. My eye still hurts, but anyway, that's it for this one. Woo! That's it for this one. I need a drink. I'll catch you guys on the next one.